Hello YouTube friends and welcome to my channel. Today's video I have two Dollar Tree coastal themed DIYs. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. It really helps support my channel, and if you are new here, I hope that you will consider hitting that subscribe button and the little bell notification so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. For DIY number one, I am going to be using this Easter sign that I purchased at the Dollar Tree. I just popped the feet off the front, flipped that over, gave it 2 coats of apple barrel white paint. I'm also going to be using some turquoise paint, acrylic, paint brushes, this cute little sign I picked up at the Dollar Tree, these wood cutouts that come 6 in a pack, 2 of each, Dollar Tree item as well, and this fishing net from the Dollar Tree. I also have some hemp rope, or you could use jute rope. I have scissors, hot glue, some sizzle rope that you can pick up at any home improvement store, and I have some poster stickers and wax paper. So I'm going to begin by taking my poster stickers to spell out the word beach, and I'm going to put that onto my wax paper. Now I didn't have any white stickers, and I do want them to be white, so I'm going to put a coat of this acrylic white paint on there. Of course, if you have a vinyl cutting machine, that would work perfectly, but I do not, so I'm going to use what I already have on hand. I am going to take this cute little sign and pop these pieces off of the back, and then I'm going to flip that over and give that a good coat of the turquoise acrylic paint, making sure that I paint the outside edges as well. And then I'm also going to take that little ship's wheel and the anchor and give that a coat of the turquoise paint, making sure that I get down inside of all those little crevices, just so that the front and the little crevice pieces are all covered in this turquoise paint. I just love this color. It's so beachy. I think it's just beautiful. And I love the way this complements with the bright white color. So I do give that a second coat, just trying to make sure I got good coverage on the sign, and another coat on the letters. The acrylic paint was not really covering those letters the way I wanted it to, so I put a coat of chalk paint on there, and then once that dries I go back over that with the acrylic paint because I wanted it to be a bright white, and all I had was like an ivory color chalk. So now I take the apple barrel white paint and I am just dry brushing that on the anchor and the ship's wheel, kind of emphasizing on the little edges just to give it that cute little weathered look, like it's been out in the salty air for a little while. And then I realized you could still see the word cocktails on this sign. So I decided to flip the sign over, fill those little pieces in with some wood filler, and I'm going to let that set up before I sand it down. I take the letters off of my wax paper, and they peeled off fairly easily, but because I had so many coats of paint on there, I just took my X-Acto knife and just used the razor edge part of it and just kind of gently went around the letters just to take any of the little bumps off, just so it would be nice, crisp, clean lines on there. And now I am going to, excuse me, take some hemp rope and hot glue that onto the anchor and just kind of feed it through and wrap it around to give it a cute little nautical feel. And I hot glue the end of that on there as well. I just think that looks so cute and very coastal. Just wanted to give it a little something extra. And then I'm going to take the same hemp rope and just wrap it around the little loop there on the steering wheel, well, the ship's wheel, I'm sorry, about 4 times. And then I'm going to do that on like 4 little corners, so they're kind of evenly spaced apart, just to give it that beachy vibe that I was going for. And now I have sanded down that sign, and I give it 2 good coats of paint, making sure it dries in between. And then I also do the dry brush on that as well to give it that weathered look. Now I take my fishnet and kind of cut it down to a more manageable size, and then I'm just going to drape it over the sign and kind of line it up the way I want it, and hot glue a couple of little pieces down and then just kind of line it up, and then I will pull the excess up on the back and just hot glue that down as well. Flip it over, and if any little strands are kind of loose, I'll go back and kind of glue those down just to make sure it's kind of nice and tight on the front. Now I'm going to take the sizzle rope and I am going to hot glue that around the sign. And I did have to use my larger hot glue gun, so it takes a little bit more hot glue than that smaller one. But this is going to serve two purposes. It's going to give this a beautiful frame, a beautiful nautical looking frame, and it's also going to hold my fishnet down pretty tight so that it is not very loose and I don't have to use excessive amounts of glue on the back of the sign. And I just think this turned out so beautiful. I just love the way this is framed out. I'll just cut that end off, hot glue it down, and now I am going to apply my letters to the cute little arrow. And I just use a ruler and kind of centered out where I wanted the word to be. And the stickers were still a little sticky, but I was afraid they would not stay on there the way I wanted them to. So I used some Mod Podge, put that on the back of each letter, and then just go over the top of it just to make sure everything is secured down and nice and even. And now I hot glue the cute little arrow to the center of the sign and the ship's wheel as well as the anchor. And then I'm going to take some burlap, some excess burlap ribbon I had, and just fold it over, take the hemp rope and glue that to the back for a little hanger. And this just turned out so beautiful. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below what you think of this sign. Now on to DIY number 2. I am using this cute little wooden frame that I got at Dollar Tree. It's super cute the way it is. And I'm going to use some cardstock. I'm going to pop that little sign off the top and then just cut my cardstock down to size and make sure it's nice and flush inside of the wooden box. And then I'm going to use some Mod Podge to secure that down. And I just kind of scraped it and make sure everything was nice and secure. And then I'm going to take this cute little sailboat and I painted the sails on it white, and then I'm taking the same color apple barrel white and painting 2 of the letters on this really cute sign that says relax that I picked up at Dollar Tree. I couldn't believe I found this at Dollar Tree. It's so cute and it's really nice quality. So I'm going to take and paint the E and the X in white, and then I'm going to take this turquoise color, the same turquoise that I used on DIY number 1, and I am going to paint the R and the A in this turquoise color, and I think they complement each other so well. It looks so coastal inspired. I just love the way these colors look together. And I'm just going to make sure that I get all the way around the inside of the letter so all of the wood is covered. And then I'm going to take, it's called Cobalt Blue. It's a very bright blue. It's very beautiful. And I kind of really am liking the way these 3 colors are looking together. And I love the way it's so bright. And it's almost like a navy. It's a little bit brighter than a navy. So I paint that, the L with that color. And then I take the turquoise and paint the little boat. And then I kind of wanted to separate the sails a little bit. So I kind of made a little line. And it just was not really popping the way I wanted it to. I took the white and I dry brushed over the back side of the sign on top of that cardstock paper, thinking that it would give it a little bit of like a cloud feel or a sea feel. But I was really liking the way this cobalt blue was coming out. I mean, it was looking really good to me. And so I decided to dry brush some white paint on top of the sailboat, thinking that it would kind of pop off of the paper, but I just decided to go ahead and paint the boat entirely turquoise. I just really liked the way that turquoise was looking with the cobalt and the white, so I thought that it would stand out a lot better all turquoise. And I do dry brush that once it's dry with the white just to kind of give it that distressed look. And I also dry brush the white on top of the little relax sign, just to kind of look like it's been out in the weather a little bit. And I just really liked the way that blue was looking, and I thought that the blue and the turquoise would really pop well together, so I decided to go ahead and paint the back of the sign with the cobalt blue, so it's so nice and bright, and they all are pretty cohesive and go well together. And then I'm going to take some of that hemp rope and just wrap it around the sailboat a few times through the sails and just kind of give it more of a nautical feel. And I'm going to hot glue that down to secure it. And after I hot glue that down, I'm going to take one of those Jenga blocks and glue that to the back of the sailboat, because I thought if it popped off of the little frame, that would be so cute and look a little bit more high-end than if I just put it on there flush. So I just hot glue that down. And then I hot glue the Jenga block to the sign after it dried, of course. And then I'm going to take some hot glue. Well, excuse me, I'm going to take that sizzle rope from DIY number 1, and I'm going to hot glue that around the frame. I just think it gives it a nice completed look. It looks very high end. And once I get that secured down and cut the ends off pretty even and then secure those to finish up the border, I am going to hot glue that relax sign on top of this frame. It is a little bit larger than the frame, so I just kind of evened up the ends so they kind of hang over just a little bit on the same on each side. And I think this just turned out so cute. I absolutely love the way it turned out. You guys, you'll have to let me know which DIY you like best. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you next week. Take care.